I'm going to play you a video from a gentleman who disagrees with the Supreme Court's decision to uphold the 14th Amendment's Birthright Citizenship Clause. And I'm playing this guy's specific video because he uses terminology. He says something in the video that it's the same terminology I've been using when it comes to other parts of our federal government. But just please watch this and then let's talk about it.
I'm going to tell you why the Supreme Court got it wrong today when it comes to birthright citizenship. Now, accepting the ruling, yes, it doesn't change anything. We've already had birthright citizenship. It just continues on what has been happening. But the reason why they got it wrong is because when the 14th Amendment was passed in 1868, there was absolutely no social programs in America. We also barely had any immigration laws in America. Our forefathers that wrote it out for the now and then. They couldn't have foreseen what would happen in the future. And you can't convince me that if they would have known the social programs that have bubbled up over the years would lead to the illegal immigration problem we have with birthright citizenship and gaining access to those social programs. If they would have known that, I guarantee you the wording would have been different. It would have said something along the lines of, you are a birthright citizen of the United States if you were born in America by American citizens. They would have definitely made the distinction. But what this has caused, the way that it was worded, because they could not have foreseen anything, is now we have all these social programs. Illegals know that they can come in, pop a baby out, anchor baby, and now they have access to all of those programs. And you'll have people that say, well, the illegals don't have access to those benefits. And it doesn't come in their name, but it comes in that child's name. And that infant isn't the one walking the aisles of Walmart buying shit on their snack cart. That infant isn't the one selecting their free housing. That infant isn't the one that is choosing what doctor to go to because now they have free medical insurance. They would have, if they could have seen that, there's absolutely no way you can convince me they would have left the wording like it was. Yeah, you'll have people that say illegals pay in, they pay taxes. It doesn't have that much of a cost to them. Oh, yes it does. Even after they pay in, nobody's saying they don't pay taxes, but even after they pay in, the United States is still spending hundreds of millions of dollars on illegals because they don't contribute in as much as what they cost. And then you add on their child being on those social systems, support systems, that cost even, it grows exponentially.
Okay. That video continues for, I think, another minute or two. There's a lot more to it that it kind of just reaffirms what he's already said in the video. So we've got enough to go on in the video, but I will tag the gentleman if you do want to go watch the original video in its entirety. He talked about how the founding fathers could not have foreseen something. And if they could have foreseen something, then they would have worded things differently, according to him. Well, I've been saying that about the Senate for years, right? There's no way in hell that the founding fathers could have foreseen a point in time in the United States of America where one state would have 40 million people and another state would have less than 1 million. Yet they would both get 2 senators. I refuse to believe that the founding fathers would have wanted that system in place had they been able to foresee the massive population disparity that occurs in the United States currently. Furthermore, when it comes to the Second Amendment of the United States, something that I support, I think it is your right and your duty to arm yourself if you are to protect your family. I have no problem with that, as long as you're not a danger to anybody. Having said that, had the founding fathers been able to foresee the society that we have today, do you think that they would have written the Second Amendment the same way? I don't think they would have. So it doesn't matter what you or I think the founding fathers would have done. with the Constitution of the United States of America had they been able to foresee something. The purpose of the Supreme Court is to interpret our laws for what they are. And the 14th Amendment clearly states all persons born or naturalized in the United States are citizens of it. Not these people. Not these people. All persons. Right? It's one of the reasons why I'm not in favor of an assault weapons ban, because the Second Amendment doesn't say that you can have this arm or that arm, right? So we can all sit here and talk about what we think the Founding Fathers would have done had they been able to see X, Y, and Z. At the end of the day, they did what they did, and those are our rules. And the rules that come with birthright citizenship clearly state there is no ambiguity to it. Like, when you read the Second Amendment, there are arguments about the wording and where the comma is and what this word means. There's no ambiguity to the 14th Amendment. All persons born or naturalized in the United States are citizens, period. If they fucked up, they fucked up. Then get a constitutional amendment together. The Supreme Court should not be able to overturn the wording of the Constitution because of their interpretation of it. This is clear as day. You want to get a constitutional amendment together to try and overturn the 14th Amendment? Then give it a whirl. I think that we both know that getting a constitutional amendment passed for damn near anything is next to impossible, given the thresholds that need to be met. But no, the Supreme Court did not get it wrong. They got it right based on what the Founding Fathers did. Not what we hoped they would have done or not what we think they would have done, but rather what they actually did.